Okay, now is it gonna be working? Okay, I'm gonna try this and let's see. Okay guys, I'm gonna try this out now. Let's see if it's
Hey,
working.
Apple. Did I do something to offend you? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, Jen and Reese.
Hi, my name is Amit Sahai, and I'm a professor of computer science at the UCLA Samueli School of Engineering. Today I've been asked.
Oopsies. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Now I know.
Hi, my name is Amit Sahai, and I'm a professor of computer science at the UCLA Samueli.
I'm gonna try this out now. Let's see if it's
Hey,
working.
Apple. Did I do something to offend you? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, Jen and Reese.
Hi, my name is Amit Sahai, and I'm a professor of computer science at the UCLA Samueli School of Engineering. Today I've been asked.
Oopsies. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Now I know.
Hi, my name is Amit Sahai, and I'm a professor of computer science at the UCLA.
Okay. All right, I swear I'm gonna get this here in just a second. All right, let's see. I am trying that's sort of annoying. Why is this not widescreen? Properties? I have no idea. I do not know. Okay. Alrighty, folks. Okay, I'm asking Chris to come and check and make sure if this is working now.
UCLA.
Okay, I'm asking Chris to come and check and make sure if this is working now.
UCLA.
Okay, I'm asking Chris to come and check and make sure if this is working now. Okay, all right, okay. Chris is coming. She's gonna look. She's gonna see, and
UCLA.
and I do not know why I feel like I'm still.
Okay, I'm asking Chris to come and check
other
and make sure if this is
people. I'm very confused. Okay, so, okay. Well, I don't want to like start yammering until I know if people can hear me and stuff. And I can't tell if I have a big giant head or if, or what. I don't know. It's so fun learning things live. Let me tell you. Okay. All right. Okay, Chris says the volume is perfect. Thank goodness, because I was feeling super insecure about that. And since okay, so that's weird. All right, so, okay, Chris, tell me about, tell me if this looks weird inside the, like this is the proper zoom or whatever, and I don't know why, but I feel like, does it look weird with the empty screen on the sides? I don't really know why it's, why? So, good news. All right. I should probably delete all of this when I fix the recording. But here is the deal. Okay, so let's pretend I'm starting over, shall we? Okay, so welcome everybody to my channel. I'm Allie Archer, a spec fic author, which means I write science fiction and fantasy and kind of everything under those two umbrellas. My friend Chris is helping me out because I am new to streaming, just a few days, and this time there are some things that I've already wished I could do, like share my screen or add overlays like images and things. Say I want to show you an image of my book, which I don't have right now, but maybe I will add it in the edit afterward, because if I knew how, I could put an image of one of my books right here. So in YouTube live streaming, you can't do any of that stuff. If you want to get fancy, so I tried, my last video was with Zoom. I streamed to YouTube through Zoom, and that worked, but it also didn't work. It was confusing and weird, and I didn't like how the chat didn't show up in YouTube after the fact. So today I'm trying a service called OBS, and it is a free open source software for streaming, and it will allow me to add image overlays and share my screen with you, which was a big something that I wanted to do. And hopefully, since it's really made for YouTube, like for streaming services, I hope that the chat function will work better. So I'm trying it out. But there's been quite a learning curve, and I really don't have time right now for to learn how to stream. So I may just end up going back to straight old YouTube and just being what's that, not low class, but just simplifying it for myself for the time being. But because I know nobody expects rocket science from me. Did he piddle? Oh, sorry, we have a puppy we are training, and when he comes in, I'll show him to you because he's super cute. But my son has him right now, and it sounds like he had a little accident. Okay, so I was saying that I might end up going back to that, but I wanted to try this. So bear with me as I learn. In OBS, it seems at the moment that I can't get my screen to be more than this sort of more square setting, which I'm sure is just a setting that I have that I've failed to do properly, and so anyways, okay, so I want to try to stream here every day, partly because I like working with other people and I like interacting with other people, and I like it. Also kind of helps me be a little bit accountable because I feel like maybe somebody might be looking for me. I mean, right at this moment, I have 12 subscribers, but 2 of them are writer friends who have already joined me in writing while I've been writing. So I don't want to let them down. But hopefully down the road, I'll have more subscribers, and the first goal is 100. Woo! Okay, let's say when I get to 100 subscribers, I will give an autographed book away. Let's try that and see how that goes. And I'm not above paying you guys. Maybe I should do an Amazon gift card instead. You guys can vote in the comments and let me know which you'd like to win when I get to 100 followers, or maybe the winner can choose. We'll see. I am a total fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl when it comes to stuff. I'm not so much when it comes to writing, but that's another story. So yesterday I wasn't here. I intended to be here. I wanted to write. It's on my schedule to write. And instead, I had a total downy, sad for myself day. And I do have those days, but they're not super common for me. So I don't know that any of us deal with those sorts of days very well, right? But I've, so I was kind of just meh all day, right? And it didn't dawn on me until late, like after I'd said my prayers for bed kind of thing, why I was feeling that way. And I mean, if I'd spent 2 seconds self-evaluating, I probably could have figured it out, because it's really not that hard to figure out. I have a lot going on, and a lot of, I would say stresses and worries, but I don't want to give the wrong impression about them, because they're not like stresses and worries. It's just, I have laid a lot. I've put a lot on my plate, let's say. And so I have talked before about Becca Symes. She is a certified Gallup strengths coach, and she runs the Better Faster Academy. I hugely, highly, 1,000,000% recommend her books, her videos, and her academy. I have learned so much from her. One of the things she talks about is you know how, well, maybe you don't know, but there's this like terminology in the chronic illness world of spoons. Like everybody, like you wake up with 4 spoons in your drawer, and how you use them throughout the day means you have fewer spoons. And when the spoons are gone, you're out of energy or ability to do a thing. And and you've also heard like the analogy of, I've got a lot on my plate. So, and you may have also heard the analogy of energy pennies. Okay. So, Becca kind of takes all of those and has turned it into one kind of thing. I'm sure I'm going to botch the description of it, but basically, not everyone has the same size plate. And so let's think about that for a second. Somebody else might say, I have a lot on my plate, right? But what if their plate is the size of a saucer, right? A teacup saucer. So I keep looking, expecting my dogs to come in here any minute. So that's why I keep doing that. So if your plate is the size of a saucer, which I think might be 6 inches in diameter, 4, maybe 4. Let's start with 4. How much can you fit on that 4-inch plate, right? So you can't look at somebody else who says, my plate is full, and think, and they're doing 20 things. And you look at your plate and it has 1 thing on it, and you're like, my plate is full. And then feel bad because your plate is full at 1 thing when the next person's plate is full at 20 things. But we don't all have the same size plate. Your buddy over here doing 20 things might be operating from one of those chargers or maybe even a platter, right? So that's the first thing, is kind of figure out how big your plate is. I think I generally work from a sandwich-sized plate. So what would that be? Like 8 inches? Something like that? Because I'm thinking maybe a dinner plate is 12 inches. I have no idea. So I can do a lot. And sometimes I can even do a little bit more than what's on my plate. But still, I just have a sandwich size plate. I don't have a full size plate or even a charger or a platter. And some days and weeks and months, I have a teacup sized saucer plate. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part is energy pennies. Not all pennies are created equal either. You can have a penny that is essentially made of nickel, right? And so it can be a lot heavier and denser and have more value compared to, say, another country's penny. I don't think I'm saying that right. But the thing is that everything you do, uses energy pennies, and not everything you do uses the same amount of energy pennies. Let's just pretend I didn't say anything about the value of the pennies and just go with this. Becca's got a whole thing. I seriously can't recommend her enough. So say, and even on different days, an activity can cost more than it did the day before. So today, writing might cost me 50 pennies, and I only have 100 pennies, say. So that's okay. But like on a day like yesterday, maybe I had the 100 pennies, but writing was going to cost me 99 pennies. Or being live here was going to cost me 99 pennies, and on and on. So the point is that I finally realized last night that while sometimes I can handle everything that's on my plate, right now I kind of can't. And I'm not the sort of person who can really look at it objectively at first, because I always think I can do everything. But when I start feeling bad, and often it'll even show itself in my body physically, when I start knowing that when I start feeling kind of down, it's usually time for me to look at my plate and see how high I've piled it, because chances are it's too much. So what's happening is I'm like walking through a crowd, like a busy crowd, and trying to hold my plate high, but I've piled it so high that stuff is teetering and it's stressing me out, and maybe stuff is falling off to the sides, and I feel out of control. And I really don't like that feeling of out of control, which is why I think it puts me into a funk. So, deep breath. I realized last night that for whatever reason, right now, I am going through a period where my plate is small and I can't pile it any higher than it is. So that means I need to reevaluate my goals and check to see where my head's at on everything. So that's what I didn't actually do that yesterday. I just wallowed yesterday. I did make good progress in my new crochet project though. So yay. And I watched Sweet Magnolias, which is nice. I like it. I'm just a few episodes in, but so today, instead of writing, I'm gonna be doing some brainstorming and kind of looking at all of the different places that I have work to do and reprioritizing. I'm pretty sure though that a lot of it is going to be business work. I'm behind on some formatting. I don't have any, since my rebranding and the launch of my new pen name, because I've been publishing under Allie Cross for 10 years until this past September, when I launched the pen name Allie Archer and moved all of my books over. But I don't have print books with Allie Archer. I just have ebooks. And so I want to change that. But who has time to format? Not me, because I was doing a million other things. And I've got that romance I mentioned in a previous on a previous day, that I do write Christian romance occasionally under the pen name Allie Noble. And I have this book that's done. It came back from the editor and really needs a lot more work than I was anticipating giving it. And I had thought that, okay, I would set that aside and focus on the other things that are like more, because my Alley Archer brand and books are much more my, like my main income stream and my main focus. But as it turns out, that having that little knowledge in the back of my mind that I have this book that needs a lot of work, I've had a hard time setting it aside. It keeps coming back into my mind. I want to look at the edits. I want to be doing the work to improve it, partly because the better I get, and editing is what makes you better, the better the story that I'm currently need to be writing will be. So, and I will be getting my edits back on my sci-fi, which is with a publisher, so I will have to do those edits before I do other things. And neither of those books are currently on my Kanban board. So I need some reevaluating and really thinking about where my head's at and what I want to be doing and what I need to be doing. Because I think if I take care of some of that business stuff, I think it will clear up some headspace, some plate space for me. So that's where I'm at. Will still come on here and be live with you because I really enjoy that. But I may not be writing for the next few days. And as for today, I'm going to go offline and do some of that brainstorming and replanning. And then maybe I'll be back, or maybe I'll be back tomorrow. So I guess what I want to pass on to you guys today is don't ever be afraid of reevaluating where you're at and what your goals are and what you're capable of achieving at this point in time. Especially if I have a chronic illness, which I haven't talked about yet, but I will, I'm sure, because it's a huge part of my life. And most of us really just have to be so kind and flexible with ourselves, and we need to be able to go, you know what? This path that I'm currently on isn't working for me right now. So I need to pivot and focus on this other thing right now. And there shouldn't be any guilt or stress. I mean, if you have deadlines that you've set for yourself, if you have set them for yourself, it's totally okay to give yourself more time if you need it, because I do think sometimes we can get too loose and with our deadlines and think, oh, I'll just push it back another week, whatever. And sometimes we really just need ourselves to meet that goal. But most of the time, there are reasons why we're not meeting that goal, and beating ourselves up about it is just, it's not going to create the right kind of headspace to do what we do as writers, if you're here as a writer. And if you're a reader, I don't know, if you're a creative person, you probably really need all the headspace you can get, because we need to have space free for our imaginations. If we pack it full of to-dos and deadlines and have-tos and shoulds, there's no room for dreaming and imagining, and that's what our lives as consumers of story, whether we're creating them or reading them, it's within our minds that those worlds come to life. And if we are not making that room for them, our writing is going to suffer, our enjoyment of the books we read is going to suffer, and just in general, it's just not good for us. So I'm here to say, just be kind to yourself. And if you've already failed at your New Year's goals, just take a step back and give yourself an hour or two or a day or 3, whatever you need, to reevaluate and start again. Because every Monday is the start of a new week. Every day is the start of a new day. These can be your New Year's just as surely as January 1st can be. So there's no rules on when you can start again. Okay, I'm getting off my little soapbox and I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea and sit and think about what I need to do and what would be good for me to do right now. Alrighty, folks. Have a super great day. I'll see you when I'm back. Mostly probably tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great day. Read a good book and, smile at yourself in the mirror today, because we all need that. Alrighty, guys. Later. If I can figure out how to stop streaming. Okay. Bye, guys.